This was me 2.5 years ago. If you stick around, you'll see me gradually shrink, and you'll actually see me lose about 1/3 of my body weight and completely transform my health and fitness. But it's not been an easy journey. Trying to lose weight after decades of morbid obesity is a challenge. One thing I've done, and I did right from word go, was give up drinking alcohol. Alcohol has been one of my oldest friends. It's always been there for me, but I knew he wasn't good for me, and we had to say goodbye. And that's what we did. 2.5 years ago, I had my last sip, and that's it. And giving up alcohol, although not absolutely necessary for losing weight, certainly can't do any harm. Another thing I did was adopt an exercise journey. At the beginning, even taking the simplest of exercise was very difficult. Touching my toes was a mission. And trying to do squats ended badly. And I couldn't even lift my body weight to even do one simple press up. And that's as I was. So I began dancing. I began dancing for weight loss. Now, it would be a lie to say that this was ever a planned strategy. I started off just messing around in the park, in the garden, in the house, with my wife and with my children, just for a bit of a laugh, just to make a few videos for social media and to illustrate the size that I got to as I was beginning my weight loss journey. But it became pretty addictive, pretty infectious. I started to really enjoy it. So I began to dance more regularly. And I began to dance everywhere I went. And of course, it became a bit of a novelty factor. But at the same time, it's something which has had a huge benefit. Not so much on the cardiovascular aspect, because I'm never going to burn off enough calories with my playing around dancing. But in terms of improving my mental health, dancing has had a huge effect on my mental health. It's really helped me to get into a good place. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of activity, and it makes me smile. And it keeps me going. It's something I always look forward to. And being in the right place psychologically is absolutely pivotal to a weight loss journey. You're not just overcoming physical barriers, you're overcoming perhaps a lifetime of making bad decisions regarding food, perhaps alcohol, and not taking exercise. And because of that, you really need to do something which is going to make you feel better about yourself. Doesn't have to be dancing, but that's what's working for me. The very low calorie diet is more significant because the change of diet is what brings about weight loss. You have to adopt a calorie deficit. You have to be burning off more calories than you're consuming so that you lose weight. The dancing isn't going to do that, but by eating a very low calorie diet, I'm able to do that successfully. I use products from a now defunct company called Slim and Save, which made a dramatic hole in my considerable bulk, 410 pounds or 186 kilograms. And that really helped me to get started. And it meant that within the first 6 months, I'd lost about 100 pounds. And the difference was easy to see. I even became slimmer than the Gruffalo. As time has gone on, I've reintegrated proper food, but I go back to the very low calorie strategy from time to time if I need to see some more dramatic weight loss to keep me going. Because even for someone who's doing so well, it's a constant battle. Losing weight doesn't become easy. You can be coasting along for quite some time and you meet some sort of adversity in life, something which causes you stress, and you can revert back to what you've always done. So in my case, comfort eating. And I've made mistakes along the way, and I have done that. Fortunately, I've avoided any temptation to return to drinking alcohol. Might have been tempted occasionally, but I know what a lot of good it is doing for me, physically and mentally, to have abandoned that element of my life of excess. People often ask, well, how did you get to that state in the first place? How did you become so morbidly obese? And there's no easy answers. I have no excuses. To make excuses is actually detrimental to trying to change your life. Just have to accept the reality as it is, put it down as a learning experience, and get on with it. And that's what I've tried to do. But I have been a big boy since my teenage years, really. People used to tell me I was overweight in childhood, but when I look back, that wasn't really the case. I've actually become morbidly obese later in life, and that was probably due to leaving home and adopting sort of lifestyle which some students adopt, which is going out all the time, drinking too much, eating too much, eating a lot of junk food, and it just becomes habitual. And that actually led to me becoming reliant on food for comfort. When under pressure, under stress, I would turn to food. And in the short term, it would make me feel better. It would give me a little bit of respite from the problems that I was experiencing, many of which I'd built up to a hill of beans and perhaps weren't actually real problems. So I'd be doing things on the way home from work into my 30s where I'd stop at a convenience store and buy crisps, stroke chips, biscuits, stroke cookies, sweets, stroke candy, chocolate, any form of just rubbish food. And I'd also visit McDonald's on the way to work for a massive breakfast from double portions. And I knew it wasn't good. I knew it wasn't good for my health. I knew it wasn't good for me physically or mentally. But I was stuck in a rut. And breaking free from that has been quite a challenge. And I'd gradually done so even before I'd started on the weight loss journey. But it's something which I had to do. And I think psychologically I'm in a much better place. But I know I've still got a lot of obstacles to overcome. There is a danger of backsliding. And I have made some mistakes and I have backslid a little bit. I'll be honest about it. Right now, I know I've got to kick on. I've got to rediscover the impetus and just get back on the horse properly. I've lost a lot of weight, but I'm nowhere near a healthy weight. I need to lose about the same amount of weight again. But I don't set myself targets because I feel targets can often be detrimental to progress. It's better just to chip away. Celebrate the successes on a weekly basis. If you've lost a pound or two, that's a success. If you haven't gained weight, that's a success. And to adopt that mindset really helps. Because otherwise, you can get disappointed too quickly and fall back into your old traps. The little fat person inside you will always be there whispering in your ear and telling you, oh, you can take a break. It won't hurt if you just have a slice of cake. It won't hurt if you go to the chippy. And the odd break doesn't hurt, but it becomes habitual again if you've got these sorts of comfort eating issues, which I and many other people have. So the love of my family, their support, unfaltering support, has been pivotal in the journey. I couldn't have done it without them, and I couldn't have done it without you guys supporting me on social media.